Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry I'm tuning in a couple minutes late. I actually was on a video chat with an old colleague that I haven't spoken to in some time, and we ran a little over, which happens all the time. I'm usually pretty good about being on time, so I do apologize about that. But welcome. Thank you for tuning in to another Fusion 360 live stream. I'm Rob, founder of Digital Arts Experience. For those of you that have not seen any of my other videos, I am a hobbyist when it comes to CAD design, and I really enjoy thinking and planning out the design of something and taking a stab at trying to make that come to fruition in Fusion 360, but by no means am I an engineer or have any formal training in this. It's all self-taught and through great tutorials online. Shout out to Lars Christensen, who's an excellent YouTuber doing great tutorials on Fusion 360, so thanks, Lars. At any rate, to go back in time a little bit, I started off making some functional items, things that I needed for my desk, camera mounts, and those kinds of things. Then I transitioned to making items that were not built for function per se, but more a challenge for me to test my skills with Fusion 360. I attempted to create a lever mechanism, which came out really cool with a linkage. I made a single piston mechanism with a crank that you turn, and I made a V-twin. I haven't 3D printed any of that because there are some issues with the models that I need to work out. So that's kind of a work in progress, and my printer was a little out of whack. It's working now. It's currently printing something that I'll show you in a moment. But I will get around to that eventually because they were pretty cool models. At any rate, now then I switched to designing some things for my mountain bike. Like I made this awesome light mount that will attach to the fork of my bike, right? So it'll go on the fork like this, right? Fork goes up at an angle, light shines forward. That way I can light up the trail down low to make sure I don't run into any obstacles at night. Not that I ride at night that often, it just seemed like a cool project. I'm changing gears again, and I'm working on a few projects, and I have one that I'm going to work on today that is unbelievably simple and very silly, but it's fine. Yesterday, I worked on some hangers for the door. This goes around the door. You can hang a coat on this. It's not pretty, and it's not pretty on purpose because I was just testing the design. I want to polish this up a little bit. I wanted to check to see what levels of infill would be sturdy and the overall design based on my measurements. Now, one thing that I'm pretty psyched about with this is for my closet door, and I have a door that has kind of molding. So it's like the top section of the door, and then it kind of pushes in at an angle, and then there's sort of an inner area of the door. So I was able to get some measurements, and this actually fits over the door and sits perfectly in that little slot, so it's very secure. And while this has a lot of flex to it, I've tested it with a couple of items that are reasonably heavy, and seems to hold well. And also the thickness of this, the door can close, which is awesome. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm actually printing another one because I'm going to use them as is for now until I refine them. Ultimately, what I'd like to do, though, is make this a little beefier up top, have a hook here, and then have this hook set this direction a little bit, and then have another hook come down probably 150 mil below it, and have another hook and maybe a third. So with one clip over the door, I get 1, 2, 3 hooks, which would be pretty cool. I want to I obviously can't print that all at once, but I want to figure out some kind of clipping mechanism. Maybe I can use the plugs that I've used for some of my other projects to join them together. But I'd like to make something with a series of parts that I can 3D print and connect together just because I can. And because I need them. Some place to throw all winter coats and things like that now that we don't need them, that kind of stuff. So that's a work in progress. I currently have another one printing. But for today, I am going to design something ridiculous. This is probably going to be a short stream, by the way, for two reasons. One, the project I have in mind today is rather simple. But also, our summer camp starts next week, and we have a huge amount of work to do to button up all the loose ends and get prepared for that. And not only that, I will be teaching 75 librarians how to teach with Zoom later. So I got to do some prep for that. So I'm going to keep this short today, short and sweet. So let's get into it. So what I'm going to be making, So, long story short, the plumbing in my building is rather old, and my bathtub drain tends to clog very easily, and I have very long hair. And anybody with long hair knows that you need some kind of stopper for your bathtub drain, or you will have some clogs because of hair. So, I want to design a drain stopper because I can. Not because I need to. I could easily go and buy one at the dollar store for nothing. But I want to make one because it's fun, and it's just fun to have, like, functional 3D printed stuff all over my apartment. So we're going to do that. Now, I've gone ahead and gotten my measurements down. I've started keeping... Oh, by the way, here's my horrible, sketchy drawing of my clip. You can all take a look at that. It's my chicken scratch notes. They make sense to me, and I've got the other stuff on the back. I've been keeping pieces of note card around and pens, so if I need to jot down some measurements, I can quickly do so, which is pretty cool. So, at any rate, let's get started with this. So, I've gone ahead and measured all of the pieces of my drain. So, let's get started here. So, first thing, let me save this. I've created a new set of projects called apartment projects, and there's my closet hook. I'll actually show you what that looks like in a moment. Tub, drain, plug. Let's see. I'm gonna open up the closet hook just so you can see. Apartment projects, closet hook. So there's the model, just so you can see it, right? So this fits over the door, and then the door tapers in. And then what I think I'll eventually do is take this piece and press it out this direction, and then we can have a piece attached to the back that connects to the next hook below it. We'll figure that out later. So at any rate, we can close that. I just wanted to show you what that looked like. So let's get started. This is not going to be hard, but one thing that's cool is I essentially want to make a little cylinder that's going to fit into the drain with a cap on top that holds it in place, and the cylinder will have holes in it, which means I need to do a circular pattern of holes and a ton of them. So I'm going to use some of the patterning tools in Fusion 360 to do this. So let's get started with our sketch. I'm going to make a circle, which is going to be 40 millimeters in diameter. Okay. And then what we're going to do is make another circle. That's going to be... Let's make the thickness of... So the thickness of this is 3 millimeters. I think that's pretty good. So let's make this 37. So now I have basically a 3 millimeter wall here. And what we'll do is... I'm going to press pull this a height of 30. And then I'm going to grab this sketch on the bottom, which is here, and I'm gonna press pull this a height of 3, right? Because we need a floor, right? So there's the bottom of my plug. So if we shut the sketch off, we should have one body that's got a nice little cylinder here. Great. So now what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna be done with this project in like 5 minutes. I think I'm gonna try and think up something else too. What we're gonna do now is we're going to make another circle, and it's going to be 75, right? And that'll be the bit on top. So basically, I should grab this and this. Right? So now I've got the makings of a drain plug. Very good. Okay. So that's pretty easy. So, I think... Actually, what I could do that would be really cool would be to, like, glue a rubber band or something around there to make a seal. Anyway, I think what I'll do is I'm going to start with the holes on the bottom. And I think what I'm going to do is sketch on this face, and I'm going to make some lines. Right? I'm going to make some lines. Because I'm going to use that as a guide for my right. what? Did that not work properly? Line. Okay. Alright, I'm going to make this 0. Okay. And then I will do basically the same thing here. 135, I think, is my... Yep, that's it. I could have probably used the perpendicular constraints, but it's fine. All right. So now we're going to grab our circle. And I'm going to make... I think I'm going to make 5mm holes. Right? And I think on the bottom this should be pretty easy. I think I'm going to basically get the midpoint and make 5mm hole. Oh, that's not the midpoint. Hold on. Let's do that again. Get our circle tool. So my midpoint is going to be... That's my midpoint. All right, I guess that's my midpoint. 5mm hole. A 5mm hole is... Because I want this to still drain pretty easily without... I want it to drain easily, but still catch any stuff that goes down the drain. I made a mistake and cleaned off a pair of shoes that had a lot of dirt and mud on them in my bathtub, thinking that was a good idea. It wasn't. And now I have some drainage issues, whereas if I had this plug, I could easily deal with this. Right, okay, cool. So we can finish that sketch. And now I should have a million circles. Edit sketch. All right. Apparently I need to do this from this view. So we're going to do this. Okay. You know what? This is driving me nuts. I'm just going to... 1, 2. All right. Let's see if this makes my life a little easier here. It sure does. Okay. Okay. Now we need to show our body here, and we can press pull, and basically negative. All right, now I've got some holes. Okay, great. So that's one set of holes. I wonder if I could squeeze one more. Oh, man. I could probably bring these in a little bit and squeeze one more set of circles. Let's see. Let's see if I could squeeze one more set of circles. What the heck is this? Edit sketch. All right, let's see if I can squeeze one more set of 5mm circles. I bet you I can. Watch this. I got an idea. Oh, man, that's close. All right, you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I know I probably could, but it's fine. Okay. That should drain. Okay, now, we need to put some holes in the sides. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to sketch... Can I sketch on one of these? Oh, man, this is going to be tough. All right, I'm just going to sketch on this face, right? And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw... a 5mm circle here, right? And then what I'm going to do... Let's see if I can make a circular pattern of this. Well, first thing I'm going to do is do a rectangular pattern. see. I wonder if I need a flat surface to do this on. All right, you know what? Let me back out of this. We'll do this another way. Let's get rid of this sketch right now. So I think what we're going to do is offset a plane from here, right? And I'm going to basically offset it to here because I made that 40. So that should be fine. So now I've got this plane to sketch on, right? Which is perfect. So now I can make some 5mm holes, right? And I think what I can do... I'm just going to draw them vertically because I don't think that's a big deal. All right, hold on a minute. Actually, let's see if I do a rectangular pattern, and we're going to go down. Let's do 4 and bring them down. I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work. Okay. And now, if I select these circles, right, I can do a circular pattern around. Can I choose an axis? Maybe I need to finish the sketch. All right, let's finish the sketch, right? So now I have these, right? And now I'm going to do a circular pattern. Pattern. Here we go. Circular pattern. And I'm going to do them around this. No. Well, let's see. I need this. Cancel. Hold on a minute. I need these. Maybe I need to do it this way. All right, so then I go to circular pattern. Let's see if we can figure this out. Objects. Maybe I need to edit the sketch. Oh, man, how do I do that? All right, let's try this then. Let's try and do this and just grab these. Right, so now I have these here. Oh, that's not good. Look at that. It's not good at all. All right, let's do this a different way. I'm just taking a step back to make sure I get the spacing of this right. 5. All right, so then I got this guy, and I can do my rectangular pattern, and I'm going to do 4, and we're going to bring it down to about there, 4. All right, that should be fine. Can come down a little bit more. Is that going to give me an issue? Nope, that's going to be fine. All right, let's go with that. Okay, finish sketch. All right, so now I can do these. Press pull, and hopefully this shouldn't chop anything up. It does not. Why is that? That's so weird. Ah, I see. I see. All right, let's go back. All right, let's do this one more time. Not the best job I've ever done here. It's going to take a little longer than I expected because 4. All right, and then we're going to bring this. Let's bring this down to. Let's take a good look here. All right, let's see if that does it. How stupid. All right, one more time. One more time. Rectangular. Finish sketch. Edit sketch. Yeah, all right. Come on now. All right, I'm just going with that because that's going to work fine. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this today. This should be an easy project. All right, good. All right, so now the question is, can I take these, right? And can I create a circular pattern? Axis. I think we need to use this green axis. Ah, yes. Okay, good. So now we want to increase the quantity. Let's see how that's looking. I think that'll work. Right? Oh, man. Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay. Now, let's do some filleting. Whoa. Yeah, let's just do this top edge. Nice. So that's good. I might actually bring that down 3. Let's try that. We'll fill at this top edge. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Should we fill at this edge? Let's see what that looks like. Let's see. What do you think? Does that look good? So, nice flat mount there. Should fit pretty well. I think I probably would want to put something to seal this, but I think that's going to work. I mean, I'm going to print it and test it. The 5mm holes might end up being too big, although if you look, that's 5mm right there. I mean, that's so small. So, I think I'm just going to call this done. Cool. Well, let's think if there's anything else, because I have a little time. Let's see if there's anything else that might be useful to make. Let's see. If I can close this, I don't need this anymore. What else can I make? I don't know, that might be it for today. I mean, the other thing I could do is let's go back to let's make a copy of this. Copy. All right, so I have a copy of this. I'm going to actually rename this too. Okay. So, what I think I should be able to do is I can take this and bring that out 3, right? And then I should be able to take this and bring that -3, right? So now I have a -3. I have now the ability. All right, check this out. All right. Okay, now I have this. Finish sketch. All right, so I have this sketch now, right? Which is going to be... I'm going to actually shut this body off. All right. So now I have this other piece here. Okay, great. So this... Oh, my God. I can't believe that was so easy. So I'm going to press pull this down. I think I'm going to bring it down to 150 mil. Right? That's cool. Now, what I should be able to do is... Oh, man. What should I be able to do here? I need to duplicate this hook, and I don't remember at all how I made it. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something interesting. Let's just call it 25. All right. I'm going to take this body, and I am going to... Okay, so now I have this, right? I have another hook. And what I can do is I can move this and create a copy and bring this down, right? Just like this. Although... Oh, you know what? I'm going to undo this. I need this at this point. Okay, so we're going to take this face, offset it. I'm just going to do this by eye because it's not really that important to get exact. Good enough. I'm gonna go with it. So this goes away, right? Then what I'm gonna do is select this. We're gonna use the split body, and the splitting tool is gonna be this offset face. Okay, right? So I've got that. Now, what I can do is select this body, move it downward. And attach that here. Hold on a second. -191. That's good enough. Okay. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is actually take this body and I'm gonna make a copy of that and just move it out of the way for now. I need another one of these anyway. Okay, great. So now I am going to join these back together. So we're gonna combine this, and it's gonna be that. That's one body now. And then I'm gonna basically take this guy. I'm gonna press pull that up 30. Right? And we're going to join this and this together. Well, I'll just do the combine. So that's now one piece. Now, obviously, that's not the prettiest thing, but it's fine. Okay, so now we have this, which is its own piece, and then this, which is another piece, and then we're going to build a mechanism to clip these together. Don't know what that's going to look like yet. So now I can take this face, I can sketch on this face, and do the same exact thing. I can do my rectangle, right? Finish sketch. I'm going to grab that and press pull that, but with everything else shut off. 3, right? Then these can go back on. Now I have this here. And I'm going to bring this down another 150. Right, fine. And then, all I need to do is take this guy and just attach that to the bottom. So, we'll just use the alignment tool for this. So, I'm going to align the center of this with center of that. Done. Okay. And now these two. So I can join this and this. Alright, so now I basically have 3 bodies. This is cool. This is really cool. And this is the first one. Nope. That's the first one, which is the door hanger piece. That's all one. Right? Then I have this one. And lastly, that one. So I get 3 hooks coming downward that I can print in separate pieces. All I need to do now is figure out a way to attach them. The way that I can attach them is what? Alright, we can hide this construction. We don't need that. How should we attach these? I think maybe what we'll do... needs to be pretty sturdy. I know what we'll do. Let's sketch on this face. Alright, so that's one. Oh no, I gotta start with this top one here. Right, okay, so let's start with this one. So I'm gonna sketch on this face. Right? And I'm gonna make a circle. And I'm gonna make this circle 20 millimeters, because that's pretty sizable. So we're gonna make it 20 millimeters, right? And I'm gonna... oh, that's not in the right spot. I need it... how about that? 20 millimeters. And then this is going to be pushed in -3. Right? Let me just shut this guy off. So that should go all the way through. Okay, great. So what we'll do now is we'll sketch on this face. Right? And I'm going to make a circle. What if I do this? Let's sketch on this face again. Alright, let's sketch on this face again. And basically, I'm going to use the center point of this circle. So I made that 20, so let's make this 19, so we have a little tolerance here. I'm going to shut this body off, right? And then we're going to basically pull this. It should be -3, and that should join. Okay, great. So now I've got this nubby fitting through here, right? Now we need to sketch on here. And I'm going to make this... let's make it 15. Let's make it 10. Right? And that's going to go in. Right? And now I have that. Great. And now we're going to sketch on this face again. And I'm going to make a plug that will fit in there. So I made that 10, so let's make this 9. Right? This needs to be its own thing. So I'm going to shut these guys off. And I'm going to pull this. It's going to be -3. And then I'm going to sketch on this guy. And I'm going to make this 25. And I'm going to pull that out. 2. And I'm going to fill at this edge. 2. And now I have this plug that should hold everything together. Right? And this plug is its own thing. And I can print that separately. And the idea is that will plug in there. Now, the question is if this will support all the weight. I don't know that it will. But that's the plan. That's what I'm going to do for each of these. Is I'm going to go ahead and basically make this plug mechanism that will basically just push together. And then this will all become one unit. So it's pretty cool. You know, I don't think I need to go through the process of making the plug with all of you. But this is something I'll definitely print. It's going to be a simple print. Easy to do, not much support. The next thing I'm going to print is going to be the drain plug. So that you'll definitely see next week. But I think I'm going to call it today only because the work that I'm doing is a little bit mundane. It's not that exciting to watch. But you know, I will print this and I will let you know, how these come out. Obviously, this came out pretty dandy. And all we've done now is we basically pushed this piece 3 millimeters in, and I'm going to have a backing fitting down, coming down another 150. So I may need to print this 100% infill and beef it up. We're going to have to see. It's got some flex to it, so we'll have to see. But at any rate, I'm pretty excited about these little household projects just because it's fun to make stuff. It's fun to design and make stuff. You know, it's just, you know, they're simple projects, but it's not like, you know, something like this. Like, I keep this on my desk. This has got a bunch of cool hinges in it. and I just fidget with it. But, I open my closet door and I've got all my coats hanging up on coat hangers that I designed and built with a 3D print. It's awesome. So, big fan of these simple projects. I'll do some more of these. I have a couple more bike projects in mind as well. But that's all I've got for you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you liked it and you like the other content we create, please, hit that subscribe button. We'd really, really appreciate that. And if you like tech stuff and you want to learn some cool new skills, check out thedae.com. We've got online workshops, private lessons, and summer camp. Lots of great stuff. You can shoot us an email to info@thedae.com if you have any requests for information on our classes. Definitely check it out, and I appreciate you so much for tuning in. And I'll look forward to checking in with you next week on how these projects are going. And have a great day, and have an awesome 4th of July. Take care.